Yes, my thoughts exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. Ew. Don't be so mean to Penelope. I smell some jealousy. He is desperate. Honey, I think that's love at first sight. Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. My book cart's in the way, but anyway. So I don't know if this video will ever see the light of day, and please excuse this, I'm getting ready for bed. This video won't officially start until tomorrow. I'm currently listening to my audiobook for my ultimate book video, but I figured since the new season comes out in May that we would do a vlog of reading all the Bridgerton books. So I haven't decided if I want to do all books in one vlog or if I want to do each book as a vlog. But yeah, so I'm really excited for Colin and Penelope's season, and I really want to read the book. So I have the first, second, and third book, and I just ordered, no, I have the first, second, and fourth, and I just ordered the third book off of Pango. So we're going to start with book one, and if you hear something in the background, my daughter's watching something on the tablet. But anyway, we're going to start with book one. I have started this book before. I did not finish it. But yeah, so I'm going to take this to bed with me. I might read some tonight. I might not. If I do, then I'll just film like some B-roll of me reading it, and I'll just keep you updated as I go. But I might just read like a chapter or two. But this is probably going to be a full spoiler vlog. I haven't decided yet. We'll see what happens as I read. But yeah, it may be a full spoiler vlog because if you've watched the Netflix series, then you already know what happens. So yeah, but anyway, let's just get into it and just stay tuned, and we shall see. I don't know if this video is ever going to make it onto YouTube, but if it does, hello, how are you doing? Let me know down below if you're excited for the next season, and let's just get into it. I have read the prologue of book one, and I have thoughts. If you can't already, you probably cannot see that at all, but I have already tabbed, and I have thoughts. So first of all, Simon author Henry Fitzranulph Bassett, the baby who possessed more names than any baby could possibly need. Yes, my thoughts exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. But then we get over to when he's actually born. So we find out that his dad and mother were having a hard time having an heir. And his dad really wanted a son. Well, doctors, my kids have one of those talking cactuses, and it's on. So if you hear it repeating everything I say, I'm so sorry. And if you hear the TV in the background, my daughter is watching the Diana show. But so the doctors had told them not to try for anymore because she could, like, it could possibly kill her. But they tried anyway. And then when he is born, the Duke finds out it's his son, and instead of being there with his family and making sure that everything is okay, he leaves. He goes out to celebrate with everybody in town, and she dies while he's gone. Like, red flag, first of all. And I know that most marriages back then were not love matches. Like, they were like, okay, that cactus is getting on my nerves, like arranged and everything like that. But still, like, and even though like he did make sure fresh flowers were put on her grave every week and everything like that, still, like, you're out partying while your wife is dying. Anyway, and then we find out that Simon had trouble talking, which we saw in the TV show. And then when he finally does talk, we find out that he stutters. And his dad basically says that, what have I done to deserve this? I should have just let my cousin, like, I just should have let the title go to my cousin because, you know, what have I deserved? Like, you're stupid. Like, I didn't deserve this. The nurse says 4 years we've been waiting for him to speak. And he said, and he's an idiot. A bloody idiot. Like, you're his dad. Good grief. And then when he's 11, after they've been working on him speaking, he goes to visit his dad. And his dad was so embarrassed that he disowned him. And all of his, like, All of his servants and staff in London thought that he had died. Once again, what a father. Like, come on now. And then the nurse says, you, sir, are despicable. And I was like, my thoughts exactly. You go, you tell him. And then lastly, I just said that no wonder Simon had so many issues. His father is a sore excuse for one. So yeah, that is the prologue, but we're going to keep on reading. I'm going to keep tabbing. I don't know if I'm going to like stop after each chapter or if I'm going to like update you as I go, but that is what we're doing so far. I'm still in my pajamas, as if you could not tell. Today is a lazy Saturday and we have nothing to do except for read. So that is what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep reading and I will keep you updated. Alright, so we're in chapter 1. And so I think this is Lady Whistledown. Yeah, it's her like little article thing. And she's like, the Bridgertons are by far the most prolific family in the upper echelons of society. And then she goes off and names them for their children: Anthony, Benedict, Colin, Daphne, Eloise, Francesca, Gregory, and Hyacinth. And it says, orderly is of course beneficial in all things, but one would think that intelligent people or intelligent parents would be able to keep their children straight without needing to alphabetize their names. But I mean, come on, there's a lot of them. That's a lot. I mean, that's 8. I have trouble, like, if I'm yelling at, if I'm trying to get my kids' attention, I'm like, Jameson, Brio, whatever your name is. Like, can you imagine having 8 to go through? Like, I mean, come on now. I forgot to tab. My bad. I mean, yeah, can you imagine having to marry off all those kids, especially in those times? Hello, birdie. It's like, she says that one must pity the Viscountess as she seeks advantageous marriages for her brood. Yeah, that would be hard, trying to marry off all those kids. I have the Hunger Games playing in the background, and this is making me want to reread the Hunger Games. I've already read the books like 6 or so times so far, and it's making me want to reread. I may do a video for those, because that's my favorite series of all time. So far I've probably read that series about 6 times. But I've never like read and annotated the series, so I think I want to read and annotate for a video and do like a full spoilers. So if you would like that, let me know down below. But anyway, back to reading. Alright, I keep having to turn down Hunger Games. But, so on here it says, like, after they've started seeing, like, Lady Whistledown's papers, like everybody has their butlers out and waiting for the paper boys to bring the paper. And then they notice all of a sudden that instead of them delivering it, they're selling the papers for 5 pennies a paper. Which, that's very smart. Hand out for free, get them addicted, and then start charging. Smart. That's how you can make some money, you know what I'm saying? So I guess this would be like old time gossiping, where now people just do it out in the open. And this person was like, no, I'm gonna name names. Like, she didn't say Lady S, Lord, like any of that. She put their names in there. So, hello, are you comfortable? So yeah, this is like your old school like gossiping, instead of just like the old birds at the hair salon, like in, I guess you could say, like in the 60s and 70s, 50s. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so we're in Simon's point of view, and he's talking to Anthony, which is Daphne's older brother. And, you know, they're friends. They go way back. Well, they're joking around, and it's like, well, now that you're back, you know, maybe I'll actually get some peace when I escort Daphne to a ball. Anyway, it goes on here, and it says, I ought to let you learn for yourself, but then I've never been a cruel man. Simon chuckled, this coming from the man who dunked my head in a chamber pot. Ew. Just thinking about what a chamber pot was used for. No running water. It was just there. I would I would hurt somebody if they did that to me. Just saying. Just saying. Alright. So, we have gotten to Lady Danbury's ball. And Simon has come in. And he has come in to where that... What is that guy's name? It's Nigel something. Nigel Burbrook, the one that keeps wanting to marry Daphne. But, like, she's told him no. Anthony's told him no. Well, he walks into this guy, like, basically begging. And she's like, Nigel, you shouldn't have followed me out here. But I love you. And all I want is to... Oh, if you hadn't noticed, I have gotten in my pajamas. We're getting ready. We're fixing to go to bed. It's midnight. We're fixing to go to bed. But I wanted to finish one more chapter. And it says, Nigel, my brother has already told you I cannot marry you. And I hope that we may continue on as friends. But your brother doesn't understand. Yes, he does. Like, this, he is desperate. And then he goes off to say, if you don't marry me, who will? My guy, this is exhibit A as to why you can't find anyone to marry you, because you're being a little on the pathetic side. But I digress. Let's finish this chapter. Yes, Simon is going to save the day. Oh, well, it looks like he didn't have to, because Daphne punched him. And she saved herself. She did it. She saved herself. Come on, you sticky notes. I'd laugh too, Simon. I'd laugh too. So, according to this, so as we know, Simon goes into this not wanting marriage at all. But he said that when he caught his breath, that when he saw her head, he caught his breath, that all he had saw was her dark hair. But now as she lifted her head, he saw that she had large, dark eyes and the widest, luscious mouth he'd ever seen. Her heart-shaped face wasn't beautiful by society standards, but something about her, quite simply, sucked the breath from his body. Honey, I think that's love at first sight, if I had to think. But anyway, so I might stop here. Depends on how long chapter 3 is. I might read some more in bed and then, like, update you guys in the morning. But yeah, so we are on page 51. We are slowly trucking along, and I have like attempted to read this series before, and I think I DNF'd like 180 pages in, but I am definitely into it now. I think it was like right book, wrong time, whereas right now it's right book, right time. So I'm gonna continue reading off camera, probably. It depends. I might go lay down and go to sleep, because I have to be up early in the morning to get the kids to school and go to the gym, but we shall see. So that is my update, and I will update you guys when I have read some more. Hello friends, it is the next day. Where did I do with the remote? I am currently watching the first Hunger Games, which is really making me want to do a reading vlog for the Hunger Games books. I may go do that. I may go grab that and like film that vlog while I'm filming this one. But we are 72 pages in. We read 3 chapters, and Daphne and Simon, that's his name, right? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, Daphne and Simon have met. He met her when that Nigel dude was, being persistent and not taking no for an answer. And she ends up punching him. We saw that in the TV show. But the whole chapter was just them arguing over whether or not they should, like, what they were going to do with him. That's 22 pages of them arguing about whether or not they're going to get him in a carriage and take him home, or whether they're just going to leave him there. 22 pages of that. But I am enjoying it so far. I'm loving the banter. I love Nigel's like inner thoughts. My favorite is when they're sitting there and he said that it occurred to him that she's the sort of person he'd probably call a friend if she were a man. I'm just not realizing my camera's crooked. It's okay. But since it was abundantly obvious to both his eyes and his body that she wasn't a man, and then later on it said Simon wasn't positive that he could trust himself to keep his hands off of her for very much longer. Okay. So definitely liking it so far. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. I need to go get my lunch in the oven and I need to take the dog out. So I just wanted to update you guys. Yeah, it's like 11:45 when I'm just now updating you. But I've been to the gym. I've gotten some work done, and now I'm just sitting here reading for a little bit and taking a break. So yeah, but very much enjoying it so far. Loving. You can't even see that, but I'm loving that the tabs. I'm not even gonna try to get that to focus. Match the cover. Like I'm using the purple ones, so it matches. But anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd update you guys, and I'm really debating on whether or not to start my Hunger Games vlog, because this movie, I watched Catching Fire last night. I'm watching the first one. Catching Fire is definitely my favorite of the movies. I can't remember which one is my favorite book, but watching the movies has just put me in the mood to do a reading vlog on it. So if that's something you want to see, leave a comment down below and I will definitely do that. I probably have already mentioned it, but yeah, so I'm just gonna go get some more stuff done and I will keep you guys updated as we read. So I am a couple pages into chapter 4. Yeah, chapter 4. And the way they treat and describe Penelope is awful. Simon has entered the ball and, you know, he's being bombarded. Let me scoot you a little closer if I can. So he's being bombarded by moms and their daughters, right? Well, Miss Featherington, and also Miss Featherington is a widow in the book. Isn't her husband alive in the movies? In the show, at least the first season, I think he is, so weird. But he was like, this is my daughter so-and-so, and this is my daughter Prudence, and well, she's like, this is my daughter Prudence, she's accomplished on this, and this is Philippa, she's accomplished in this. And he was like, and what about her? And she said, Penelope's, well, she's Penelope. And then Lady Danbury said that Miss Featherington feathers her brains, and so does her girls, except maybe the unattractive young one. If only they'd put her in a different color. Don't be so mean to Penelope. Gosh. We have made it to the fake dating portion. The fake dating trope is one of my favorites. I love it. They have just agreed to fake date each other so that her mom will stay off her back, and so that all of these like mothers and eligible like women would stay off his back. So we are finally getting into the meat of the book. We are on page 109, chapter 6. So these chapters are like really long. They average about 20 to 30 pages each, which is a lot. Alright, so I'm gonna let you go on that note. He got a new chew toy and he loves it, so I will keep you guys updated. But I am loving this so far. A lot better than I did the first time I tried to read it. Oh, pretty lighting. Hello friends, I'm coming at you live from the office. And I have not read any more Bridgerton yet. I'm about to though. I am about to go potty and then we're going to read because I am pretty much done with my work for the day, so I really just have a few minutes to kill. So I may read another chapter or two before I head out, and yeah. Okay, so Simon has shown up to Daphne's house the next day because she told him that if he didn't show up a courting or a calling, then her mom wouldn't believe it. And he shows up there and there are all these men there, and there's like this one reciting poetry and all that, and he said, it said, Simon looked down at his free hand and noticed that it was curled in a tight fist. He scanned the room slowly, trying to decide which man's face to use it. I smell some jealousy. All right, we can't even see my face. We are back home. I have about 20 minutes before I have to go pick up my son from school. It's been a busy day, y'all. But I am still in the same chapter because, once again, these chapters are forever long. But something that I thought funny is because Simon goes to call on Daphne, and Anthony comes in, and he's like complaining and doing all this stuff, and his mom said, "Anthony, hush." He said, "Mother, I am trying to have a conversation with the Duke." And she looks at Simon and says, "Do you want to have a conversation with my son?" He said, "Not particularly." "Fine then, Anthony, be quiet." I love Mama Bridgerton. I love her. But it's so funny because Anthony, like, has no idea about their plan. And it's so funny, like, the way they interact and stuff. There's, like, so much stuff that wasn't in the show. It's so good. Hello, friends. So, I wanted to do an update. I am 32% in. And I am loving, like, Anthony's, like, protective big brotherness. Like, I find myself laughing out loud. I think the first time I read this, I was just like pushing through because I liked the show, so I wanted to read the book too. And this time, since I'm like sitting down making notes and annotating for the video, I'm actually really enjoying it. So yeah, that makes me so happy. But anyway, I'm fixing to go pick up my daughter from daycare and then get the kids some food because we have a baseball game tonight. So but I will keep you guys updated. I'm really loving this book. I want to do more of these like full spoiler reading vlogs because it's so much fun. I want to do one for ACOTAR and I want to do one for Hunger Games. But yeah, I am loving Simon's inner dialogue. He's giving me butterflies. Oh, I love him to death. Good morning, friends. Are we not focusing? There we go. All right. I read some more Bridgerton last night. I'm 45% of the way through. We have gotten to them kissing. And y'all, the show left out. It was not just kissing. It was not just kissing. This may be a historical romance where they can't do any, where like back then nobody did anything, well, I'm not gonna say nobody, but most high society people didn't do anything before marriage. It got a little steamy. It got a little steamy. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm going to continue reading. I'm going to keep you updated, but I don't know why I DNF'd this last time I tried to read this because I'm quite enjoying it. All right, friends. They are married. They're married. One thing I do have to say is the night before the wedding when Daphne's mom comes in to talk to her and like give her the talk, I felt secondhand embarrassment, not only because for the mom, but because she literally basically told her nothing, gave her no information, nothing of what to expect, like nothing of what to do. She just said that Simon would know, and that I felt so bad for her. I put poor Daphne on that part because anyway, and then a quote that I highlighted, I thought was cute. It's from Hyacinth, I think, the youngest daughter. She said that they were talking about how when they kissed in the wedding, the youngest brother said, "That's gross," and Hyacinth said, "I think it's nice. If they're laughing now, then maybe they'll probably be laughing forever. Isn't that a good thing?" I liked that. I highlighted that. But anyway, so we are 55% of the way in. We are on chapter 14, and we are on page 257. So yeah, they are married, and now we're getting to the good part of the romance. Hello, friends. I am currently watching the first Bridgerton series again, but I have finished the book, and it is so freaking good. The second half, I liked more than the first half. There's a lot of things that are in the series that are not in the book, like Simon does not do boxing. The Featheringtons, their dad is actually not alive. But in the series he is. And instead of in the series it's their cousin that comes, you know, the date's calling and the one that ends up pregnant. In this one there is a younger Featherington sister, I believe. She was only mentioned once, but I believe there's 4 Featherington sisters. 3 that are like on the coming about trying to find a husband, and then there's 1 younger one. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. The first half was not my favorite. I would probably give it like a 3.5, but the last half was like a 4.75. So altogether I'm going to give this 4 stars. Really, really enjoyed it. I think I cannot wait to jump into Anthony's story, and then I'm really excited for Penelope and Colin's story. I So yeah, but those are my thoughts. I really enjoyed it. It makes me so excited for the new season coming out. And I think I might do a reading vlog for all of the books. And just name it like I read Bridgerton, so you don't have to. But yeah, if this is something that you would want me to do another vlog for the books, just let me know down below. If you made it this far, drop a... Do they have a quill emoji? I'm not sure. They don't have a quill, but they do have like a little calligraphy pen. So if you would like to, drop a little calligraphy pen, or you know what, I'll pop it right here. No, it's not focusing on me. I'll pop it right here. Either the calligraphy pen or like the little like, I don't even know what to call it, the wax sealed document, so that I know that you've made it this far. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have not already subscribed to my bookish community, it would make my day. My goal right now is to get to 300, and then after 300 mark, we're very close, is to get to 350. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thank you so much for watching. Don't say anything about my Christmas shirt. Yes, I know it's April, and I will see you in my next one.